This year, the Oak Island mystery team is eager to start their treasure hunt in the hopes of making a big discovery. Gary Drayton, Craig Tester, and Rick Marty are looking for clues close to the location where 3 ancient coins were found 2 days ago. They locate a half-Roman coin that has been confirmed by experts as well as 4 additional unexplainable coins. The team is thrilled about the possibility of success and the potential for additional discoveries in the Oak Island mystery. Sandy Campbell, a numismatic expert with 4 years of experience analyzing rare and ancient coins, is being brought in to assist the team. He hopes to ascertain the origin of the 4 mysterious coins discovered earlier this week on Lot 5. The coins have a design that dates back to the 1500s to the 6th century, and they are referencing British culture, specifically the Tudor period. They intend to use every resource at their disposal to find more clues and expand their collection of ancient coins. Sandy Campbell, who has already visited the island, will help the crew identify the coins and their provenance. As they continue to work on their quest for the treasure, the team's day on Lot 5 was full with enthusiasm and expectation. They are eager to see what they can find and the possibility of further Oak Island mystery discoveries. Sandy and the narrator are searching for 3 Roman coins that were discovered on Oak Island and that have been confirmed to be over 1,000 years old and of Roman provenance. The first coin discovered is a portcullis, which is still used on contemporary British coinage. Sandy is quite certain that they were brought to Oak Island between 100 and 300 years ago, and they have also discovered English, Spanish, Indian, and Chinese coins. The second coin discovered on Lot 5 has been confirmed to be over 1,000 years old and of Roman origin. The questions now are when and who brought them here. Sandy is attempting to interpret something that doesn't seem to make sense. The mystery increases when they find 3 Roman coins discovered on Oak Island, and the narrator concludes that there was a well-executed plan over generations or centuries, possibly transatlantic voyages to the New World in 2016. Another coin discovered on Lot 5 has a very tiny pronounced Roman design that may be the oldest coin ever discovered on Oak Island. The design is very pronounced on a coin that is more than 2,000 years old. Zena Halper shared with the crew a second believed Templar map of Nova Scotia from the 12th century, as well as a purported map of Oak Island from the 14th century that she thought was made by Knights Templar. Between the 12th and 16th centuries, Rick Marty and the group visited a number of locations throughout Europe that were strongholds for the Knights Templar. In England, one of the bricks is really engraved with the year 1947. The expedition serves as evidence of the value of investigation and the necessity of maintaining an open mind when delving into the secrets of ancient treasures. Ancient Roman coins and enigmatic constructions have been found in Portugal by a group of metal detectives, including treasure hunter Michael J.N. and metal detector specialist Gary Drayton, who are searching for hints and relics to demonstrate the true genesis of the Oak Island mystery. The team thinks there are a lot of old stories about Italy and Portugal, which were both formerly a part of the Roman Empire, and they are keen to find new hints and artifacts. Carmen Legg, a blacksmithing expert, believes that a big spike discovered a week ago may have been used for anchoring ships to large boulders on the beach for at least 3 centuries. Additionally, the crew discovered a lead cargo bag seal on Lot 32 a year ago, in addition to a sizable wharf spike. The team wants to know what people were unloading here and how this area relates to the money pit. They have made important discoveries on Lot 32, including the fact that it is close to the ocean, which suggests that people were carrying a load on and onto a wharf. If they discover that they are going in a particular direction, they can draw a line, so every little clue matters. They also heard a good 2-way repeatable signal that is deeper and older than usual. The team is thrilled to see the edge, which they think is a coin or bullet. They are committed to uncovering the real cause of the Oak Island mystery and using what they discover to solve it. Specialist in metal detection. On Lot 32, just west of the swamp, Gary Drayton and treasure hunter Michael John have found a potentially important discovery. Rick Lagena is part of the team. The team is thrilled about the coin's appearance because it has the 1700s written all over it, and they are certain that there will be a king on it when it is cleaned up. Marty Dave and Michael John have found 2 17th century British coins from the 1600s that they believe could provide evidence that a British operation to hide valuables on Oak Island took place later, possibly in the 17th. Since 2006, Rick and Marty Lagena and their partners have been exploring Oak Island in an effort to find a unique treasure. They have also researched the work of treasurers. They were preceded by hunters such as Gilbert Hedon, who excavated the Hedden shaft in the 1930s. Heaton thought he was digging in the money pit, and they thought that by precisely pinpointing the shaft, excavating, and identifying the corners, they would find another clue that would help them locate the money pit. The Freemasons, who have taken part in attempts to solve the Oak Island mystery, are among the most fascinating groups interested in it. Freemasonry's beginnings can be traced to Europe in the 17th century, when brilliant thinkers and intellectuals established a covert organization to seek spiritual enlightenment. The Freemasons were a highly ritualistic group dedicated to improving men's lives, and they concealed their secrets through esoteric symbolism. Instead of merely vanishing from society, the Knights Templar, an old and covert institution, transformed into Freemasonry. Like the Freemasons who came before him, Gilbert Heaton may have fled to Oak Island because he was certain that Templar treasure was hidden there. One clue can be found in the actions Gilbert Heaton took when he concluded his search there in 1938. He never lost hope that something was buried there, but he ran into financial difficulties in his personal life that prevented him from continuing the hunt. At that time, he leased out his right to hunt for treasure to Professor Irwin Hamilton, a brother Mason who was probably aware of the lost treasure of the Knights Templar. Some researchers point to Hamilton's communications with another well-known Freemason who also had a keen interest in Oak Island. Overall, the mystery of Oak Island is still being investigated by researchers and Freemasons. The mystery surrounding Gilbert Heaton's discovery of the treasure of the Knights Temple is being intensively investigated by the Oak Island team. Since rediscovering the Hedden shaft, which they believe to be near the original money pit, Irwin Hamilton and Franklin Roosevelt's team have carried out additional excavations in the area. In 2020, they discovered an interesting artifact, a hand-forged rosehead spike that may have been made before the 1700s. This finding suggests that humans were engaged in some sort of activity long ago. The spike was noteworthy and deep in the money pit as well, since it resembled the mysterious artifacts in that it seemed to be encased in cement. The Oak Island team decided that they would have to continue digging close to the head and shaft after discovering something in 1897 that inspired Gilbert Heaton to dig in the same location. The team's objective is to locate D11, the center of the money pit, which is outside the Hedden shaft. 3 wells near this potential con location have tested for valuable metals through water testing. Craig's brother will stick with the money pit until he discovers the treasure because he is also interested in it. As a human being and participant in the quest for answers on Oak Island, Gilbert Heaton was immensely creative in his methods and was captivated by the idea that every action a person took may contribute to the mystery's resolution. HDN thought that each shovelful, bucketful, and metal detector ping was a step that would help unravel the enigma. Gary's nephew Alex is a master in metal detection. In the northern part of the swamp, Gary Drayton and Billy Gart are getting ready to start excavating near the enigmatic cobblestone road. They are near the coast and are aware that there has been a lot of activity there. They discover a log embedded north-south, large timbers running east-west, and rocks on top of one another. Dr. Spooner, who examined the paved area, stated that this is not typical in nature. Rick, his nephew Alex, and Drayton think that the answers in the swamp will confirm that this may have been a multi-generational attempt to hide something on Oak Island. Rick is excited for Tom to investigate the enigmatic wood and stone feature that was discovered only a day ago. The log, which is at least 14 feet long and rests beneath a massive root structure, given how much work it takes to bring those large logs out here and the fascinating rocks in a row beneath Billy, Tom thinks it was most likely not done by them or their father. The first log that was discovered is well made and consists of 2 parts, platform logs that sit on top of the carry logs and carry logs that support the structure. Many of these logs are running in this direction, and there is another one there. The purpose of the purposeful layer of stones that Alex saw at the bottom of the dig is unknown, although it would be quite heavy. Elle finds it strange, but they now have enough for Dr. Spooner to provide a thorough assessment. They intend to invite Dr. Spooner in and collect organic samples that may be traced back in time to ascertain precisely what transpired here. In brief, the plot centered on dollars over 6 months. Freddie Dodge has come to rescue Derek's mining operation, who really needs his help to get better results. He has to repay his loan and mining costs, and above all, he needs to buy his family their home by the end of fall this year. Freddie explores the bedrock to see a good amount of gold which Derek is wasting in his partiality to the coarse gold. He shows the gravels that move with water, sinking the gold that settles back to the center of the earth. He takes some gravels in a pan to wash it up to see if there is any gold in it. He finds 10 different colors in the pan after washing it. He hopes to find a pretty good amount of fine gold using their equipment. Freddy drives to Derek and Juan, who are all set to weigh their mining outcomes of a 4-hour test run. To meet his ultimate target of 500 ounces, Derek needs the test run to deliver at least 2 ounces. They put the fine gold on the scale that weighs 1.40 ounces. They look a bit perplexed, but they are still hopeful to get a good amount of gold from the cut. Freddy and Juan go aside to discuss their plan to get their desired results. The main issue has come in the material as Derek is passing bigger rocks through the sluice box, and they really need to do something to avoid losing fine gold. Freddy suggests building an additional length of sluice and putting a punch plate upon it to make an undercurrent box. To make it clear, he draws its print explaining it to be a punch plate with riffles underneath, pretending to be a carpet with all the material dumped in it. The riffles in Derek's sluice box create a vortex that forces the gold into the mats, but the large rocks disrupt by washing out the gold over the end of the sluice. Freddy suggests adding another sluice box with punch plates on it to separate rocks from small materials. It will settle the fine gold in the riffles underneath. Juan likes the idea, and they return to Derek to discuss their plan with him. They tell him about the additional sluice box and all about their plan. Derek agrees to whatever they recommend to cover a huge amount of gold in a short period. In the meantime, they are not sure about their plan to work for them. Instead, they are going based on possibilities. Derek is all set to implement their plan as he has already tried so many other ways and is determined to try this one too. Derek needs at least 30 ounces in his first test run to hit his target of 500 ounces. He is so excited to see the results of their new experiment. They wash the material they have gathered in the sluice and find a fine layer of powdered gold. They are extremely happy to find their idea working in their favor. They continue sluicing that way, and finally, they reach to meet Derek and his family holding gold for 4 hours. The gold weighs 0.17 ounces, which is 5.5 grams. Their plan has added $750 per 10 hours to their sluicing, which can deliver an amount of $75,000 extra in their whole season. They weigh the rest of the gold, which turns out to be 2.34 ounces, increasing their gold finds by 70%. They are extremely happy to find Teo and a half extra ounces a day worth almost $4,000. By the end of the season, Derek should reach $1 million to fulfill all his lifelong dreams. Freddy Dodge brings a rock plow tied with a chain to Roger, who is working on the conveyor. It has cost him only a couple $100. They fix it upon the conveyor belt. Roger likes it as it proves to be a cheaper fix. Conveyors are always cheaper than anything else to move things, but at the same time, they need to be cleaned and maintained as they carry wet material all the time. Freddy needs to repair the conveyor belt, or else it will cost them heavily in the form of tragic setbacks in the sluicing operation. It carries costly material upon it, so they need to hook it up, or else it will tear up sooner or later. Freddy suggests putting a band-aid on it and drills it to fix it strongly. After that, he trims the bulged iron so that it cannot do any damage to anyone by hooking up with them. Juan cues the truck to move backward as they are about to move the feeder with the help of the excavator as it carries the generator, so they need to be careful. He takes the responsibility of moving the feeder as he has been the most experienced operator. Freddy directs him to move side by side. He finds the ground a bit hard. Freddy guides him to move to the opposite side. Juan is in a difficult situation as he has got electric control panel and the hydraulic pack on the back, and he will lose the control panel if he slips. Freddy guides to advance and drawbacks as per the situation. Finally, they succeeded in transferring the 100-ton heavy feeder to the conveyor. They are a bit relieved to accomplish that risky task without doing any damage. They decide to test it the next day. The next day, they are all set to sluice the pay dirt. Freddy and Juan cheer the crew before getting to the action. They ignite the plant, and the Addams family is only 4 hours away from knowing the progress of Freddy and Juan to make their mining dream fulfilled. They have made all the essential things possible, like the conveyor, the feeder, the rock plow, and the wiper up front. In the first run, they have to slow down the sluicing operation because of the uneven sluice, which causes the wastage of so much material. Freddy orders Roger to increase the speed after examining the plant to cover more yards. Matt finds the gold mining so satisfying that he feels like digging bills out of the ground with bare hands. Freddy and Juan are extremely happy to see their progress so far. The rock plow is working wonderfully, and it keeps its pulley from choking. Juan appreciates Freddy's idea of the wiper and the broom assembling, which costs him only $10. They ensure the plant runs for a full 4 hours without disruption, and they are almost at the end of their second run, feeding the plant with the last bucket. They examine the sluice box once they finish the sluicing, and it appears 5 times more than the previous run. Juan prefers to predict about it after washing it up. After 5 hours, the Adams family gathers to weigh their gold finds in the second run. They need 1.25 ounces in that run to hit the weekly target of 15 ounces a week. The gold turns out to be 1.93 ounces, which is 4 times more than the first test. They would get $40,000 a week and reach $1 million at the end of the season. The Adams family seems to be pretty excited about their progress in the gold mining venture. Freddie Dodge and Juan Ibarra have teamed up to rescue the struggling gold miners to reach their goals. They have more ventures to help miners to come out of the crisis while mining. To enjoy more exciting ventures like this one, subscribe to our channel. There are so many television shows out there with massive appeal and popularity. However, there is one that has proven to be the most unique that rises above all others: Gold Rush. It is a show all about the drama, money, and challenges that come with chasing gold and racing against time to make your profit. One of the greatest stars to come out of this harsh environment is Parker Schnabel. But what really happened to Parker Schnabel? Did something negative happen to him? Let's find out. Parker Schnabel is a superstar gold miner on Discovery's reality television series Gold Rush.
Like, I would say that this one definitely costs a lot more to run. They find more gold. It's bigger. It's more comfortable.
But there are a lot of questions in the air about him, his career, and his personal life. To get some of the most common questions out of the way, like what is Gold Rush and Parker's connection to it? Gold Rush is a show that follows different mining families and their gold mining operations in Alaska. Parker Schnabel's family has a long history of gold mining, and he is the latest to start his own operation and take his place as the head of his own crew. Becoming the leader when it comes to gathering the most gold out of all the other crews on the show, he has only grown in experience and ambition. Because of his great success, he has become a fan favorite and has starred in